December is one of the best months to land a client. If you're a virtual assistant, a freelancer, a business owner who has an online business, then I need you to see this video because I'm going to be giving you the blueprint of how I land most of my clients in December. And these clients are usually long-term clients and project-based clients. Most of the time, people assume that December is a slow month because people are slowing down and they are getting ready for the festive and the holidays. But while other people are slowing down, virtual assistants, freelancers are signing contracts and they are getting more projects than ever. We all know that the Q4 is usually the hiring season. Let me tell you, December is the climax of the hiring season. I do this every year and December has never missed. Hi guys, today is 1st of December and I'm glad I'm doing this video today because I want it to help as many people as possible. This is something that I do yearly. Every December, I do this and I've seen it working. I've had so many project-based clients using this strategy that I'm going to be sharing with you today. This is going to be a free masterclass. So grab your note taker and make sure you implement everything that I'm going to tell you. Come back here with testimonies of how many clients you've been able to close during this month. Now that you've grabbed your note taker or your notebook, I want to show you my exact blueprint, the exact strategy that I use every December to make sure that my inbox is full of clients asking for my services without begging, without chasing, and without lowering my prices. I actually charge more during the month of December. And December is also a good month to land long-term clients. Usually during the month of December, there'll be a lot of planning and cleanups, and the actual work now starts in January. December is a goldmine for virtual assistants, freelancers, and anyone who has an online business. And this is why most people slow down in December. You know, they want to spend time with their family, they want to enjoy their holiday, but business does not stop. They still want to keep their business running. It is also like the planning period, and you become an asset to someone who has a business or to these potential clients. And so today I'm going to be showing you the exact strategy that I use to book clients very fast in the month of December. And I guarantee you, if you use all the strategies that I'm going to be sharing on this video, if you implement them religiously, you will come back to this video with testimonies of how many clients you've been able to close just within a short period. So why December matters the most, more than you think. I told you this is the climax of the hiring season. Most people are slowing down in December. Most people have worked during the year and now they just want to relax. Business owners speed up behind the scenes, especially online business owners like us who are service providers. And if you offer your services to businesses, this is the best time to reach out to them because they are planning for the new year. Most people are in the planning phase right now. Most people are doing their vision boards. Most people are analyzing how the year has been. They are identifying gaps. They are identifying, okay, I need a virtual assistant. I need a social media manager. They are overwhelmed at this point and they need support because, yes, we have the holidays and the festives, but that does not mean that work stops. And so this creates a very huge opportunity for us freelancers and service providers to these businesses because they want to delegate, they want to relax, they want someone who can help them plan for the new year. Okay. So December equals reflection, overwhelm, cleanup, and planning. To business owners, they realize what did not work during that year. Remember I told you it's the month of planning and analyzing and seeing how the year have been, reflecting on everything. And so they realize what didn't work for their business and they realize the gaps. They feel the pressure of January coming. Everyone wants to start the new year well planned, everything organized, everything cleaned up. And so there's that pressure of starting a new month, having things organized, having things clean up, having things set up. And so there's that pressure. And then people want to start afresh. For every person, when it's that time of the year where we're crossing to the new year, you write down your new goals, your new plans, whatever you want to achieve for the new year. And so everyone wants to start afresh and they want to do it better. So if you're in that position to offer that, strategic partnership to these clients and help them analyze and plan and set up all things for the new year, then you become an asset to these clients. They need someone to take things off their plate. As I say, people want to spend time with their family. People want to relax. People want to go out. And if you're up for the task, then this is the time where your business as a virtual assistant thrives. Okay? And that does not mean you won't enjoy your holiday. Of course, you'll enjoy your holiday even much better because you'll have more money to do that because of how many clients you're going to close during the month of December. Here are some of the services that sell, especially during the month of December. One is inbox plus calendar cleanups. Most business owners, CEOs, founders, entrepreneurs, you'd find they have messy inboxes. And of course, they need cleanup. They need a revamp. They need to, start a new year with something that is not going to give them headache. So they need you to do the cleanups, introduce the systems like labeling systems and all that. There's the digital file organization. So organizing everything and making sure that everything is organized into different folders so that when it comes to the new year, everything that was done during like the previous year is located easily. If they need to bring on someone new to their team, then they can be able to point out a folder that maybe they need them to access. CRM and system setup, that is ClickUp, Notion, Airtable, etc. So they need to set up their CRMs, especially if they don't have one in place or if they just need to optimize and update their systems. Social media batching for January, people want to start the new year being prepared. And some of the people, especially if you're targeting creators in the online space or clients who do a lot of content, like their business is mostly active on social media, then they want to do the social media batching of content, having content calendars in place, having everything that will make the new year very seamless, because no one wants to start a new year with stress. Okay, so you take that stress off them by helping them prepare and doing all these sort of things. There's the admin backlog cleanup, and so that involves everything cleanup, making sure everything is cleaned up. If there are things that needs to be archived, everything is archived, everything is set up. Then there's the VIP day setups. I'm going to talk more about that when we get into that. And then there's the strategy calls. I'm also going to talk more about that, but basically you just offer strategy calls for clients who need to sit down with a virtual assistant and identify the gaps, identify new systems that they need to implement for their business. And then there's the end of year reporting. Yeah, some clients will need you to, gather up everything that was done during the year. That includes even, if they have not been doing expense tracking, that is something that you'll be doing. This sort of things, you find yourself gathering all these kind of reports so that they can also be able to analyze how the year has been. The other bit is website polishing, of course, just to revamp their website and make edits and all that. Branding refresh. Some people have, some clients want to upgrade or update their branding, and so, or like change their branding. So when you come in, you can help them come up with brand assets, templates, you name it, designs and all that. Email marketing cleanup. Of course, if a client uses email marketing a lot, they are doing digital marketing for their business, then they have maybe contacts that they need to remove on their contact list, maybe because they're not really active or responding well with the email marketing that is being done. And so that will involve cleaning up the landing pages that are not used anymore, or cleaning up the campaigns that have already, or archiving. Better yet, you archive, you just don't delete everything. You archive some of these important things that are not to be used in the new year. And then there's the client onboarding system setup. Of course, you help your clients to set up an onboarding SOPs for their clients, which is very, very crucial. And most businesses, most clients, they do not have this. So if it's something that you can pitch and offer it as a service, then I assure you, if you tailor that offer to make sense to someone who would have that need, then you're going to have an inbox full of clients asking for your services, okay? Now here is my exact December formula. I'm not gatekeeping, because these clients, I cannot have them all. There are so many, I cannot have them all, okay? So create a December service flyer, and I'll input mine here as a reference. But just create like a service flyer that is well detailed, that has the things that you're offering. And then you can also run a simple meta ad. This is something that I've tried because it helps, because it targets specific people. When you set up an ad, it goes to the specific people that you're targeting. And again, you can launch an email sequence. Now, this is email marketing for the services that you have. And you really need to go hard. It's a day-by-day effort, because remember, a month is not very long and you want to utilize, because the last week of December is Christmas, and most of these times then people are taking off. You yourself, you want to take off and relax. So you need to plan all these things before 1st of December. So I'm dropping, because you've seen this video on 1st December, you have ample time. Or if you see it during the first week, you have ample time to plan and get those clients. Some will be long-term clients for next year, and some you'll work on projects, okay? And take as many clients as you can. If you need to outsource other VAs or delegate some other tasks, do that, okay? The other thing is increasing visibility on all platforms. So you need to stay active, like on a daily, putting yourself out there. That is LinkedIn, that is Facebook, that is Instagram, all the socials. Make sure you're putting yourself out there. And then optimizing LinkedIn for end of year support. Let the people in your network know that you're offering an end of year support. Be specific with your offerings so that you can attract these people. Of course, you've been posting educative content. You've been posting all these things. You've been trying not to sound salesy through your post. This is the time. This is the time, and it's allowed for you to market your services as much as you can. And then post valuable content consistently. Sure, even if you're selling your services or you're promoting your offers, make sure someone can pick something valuable out of that post, okay? And then promote the VIP day or 1 day setup. I'm going to talk more about that. Now, step 1 is December offer list. Now, you're going to create an offer. That is the offer that you're going to use to get different clients. And your offers should be simple. They should be urgent. They should be results driven and easy for clients to understand. So for example, you can create 2 bundles. So one is a fast cleanup offer. So you create an offer whereby you're offering cleanup services, and basically you just do cleanups in their inbox, in their calendars, in their social media, like content wise, in their Drive, in their Google Workspace. You do a lot of cleanups at organizations. And let me tell you, this is a project that can make you lots of money, because most of the time you maybe agree with the client to pay you a fixed rate, or you track your hours and you find people who have not been doing the cleanups and organizing, like you find the work has piled up and it's a lot of work. That means you earn more, right? And then there's the full reset. So of course, full reset means cleaning up, planning, organizing, and also planning for the next year. The full reset is basically for a client that you're taking in as a long-term client, and maybe you guys just started working during December and you're doing the cleanups, planning, organizing, and all that. And then January is when now you start the actual work, once everything is set and everything is in place. Okay, so make sure you have an offer. This is just like an example, but depending with whatever you offer in terms of services, you can just narrow them down to specific services that can attract clients during this month of December. So that depends on the niche that you are in. Step 2 is the December flyer. The flyer that I just talked about, and let me just input it here again. So create a high converting flyer. It doesn't need to be very complicated. Something simple, something that someone can read and see the services that you're offering, so that they can understand the skills and the services that you offer. Your flyer must list all your December services. You can have it just have the services that you're offering during the month of December, or have all the services that you offer as a freelancer or as a virtual assistant. Show value immediately. You understand? A way that you also show value. For example, for me, what I do in my flyer, I've stated that book a free strategy call. That is value that I'm offering to people who wants to book the services with me. So, of course, that is value immediately. The other thing, include clear pricing or starting price. I really, this is 50-50 depending on the services that you offer, because if you have a specific price, then I'll recommend you having it on the flyer, especially if you're offering just one thing. But if you have so many services that you're offering, it's just good to highlight when you're posting that flyer on your socials, to highlight that bit where a client can reach out to learn more about your services. And that includes how much you charge and all that. Okay. And another thing you can do is create service packages. If you really don't want to charge hourly, you can create service packages tailored down to the services that you're offering in this month of December. Then add a clear, strong call to action. So the call to action will be something like book a call with me, book a discovery call, book a strategy call, something like work with me today, request for the services. Just a strong and clear call to action that will make anyone that comes across your flyer want to reach out to you, or immediately they know what to do if they want to work with you. The last bit is add urgency. So limited December spot, limited slots, a few open slots. That will make sure that that person who comes across maybe that post will feel the urge to not be left out and sign up or request for your services. The third step is December visibility plan. So the visibility plan is what you do to make sure you're putting yourself out there enough for the person who is in need of your services to come across you or to spot you and even ask for your services. So post every 2 days. That is 48 hours. The flyers, the carousels, you can post them on LinkedIn or Instagram. tips, behind the scenes, wins, testimonial. This should be your most active month. I've told you, people slow down in December. While they slow down, they rarely create or do these things. And so they will relax and they will have that time to even engage or see your posts. And so you want to be the active one. You want to be that person who is standing out. Let's go to the next. So step number 4 is meta ads. I talked about this a little bit, and the ad type is traffic target. So targeting traffic to your business, having people inquiring for your services, and you have specific people that you can target. So this depends with the niche that you are in. So for example, if you're a virtual assistant, most of the time, or freelancer, you're offering your freelancing services, most of the time you're going to get yourself targeting CEOs, founders, coaches, small business owners, entrepreneurs, startups, name it. And these are the people that when you're creating an ad, these are the people you filter that ad to target. And then you can also filter with a specific region. For example, me being a virtual assistant here in Kenya and I target clients in the United States, then I will filter the location to only target people in the United States. And I can even narrow down to specific states. Okay. And then, you can just check the pricing for the meta ads. Sometimes it differs. And also when it comes to the pricing, they check the number of days that ad will be running. I recommend you having an ad like every week, that is running like for the whole 3 weeks. Of course, if it's something that you can afford, so like the first week, second week, and third week of December. And you can even start it earlier, like first week of November or first week of, or like third week of November or fourth week of November. And then, you continue during the first, second, and third week of December. Okay. The other step is the email marketing, which also works. When people slow down, sometimes they will have that time. They will see that pop-up of the email and they will just want to open that email. Compared to the rest of the days, they're so busy. They're focusing on, they're trying to balance their personal life, their work life, and most times emails sometimes will even overwhelm them and they don't want to open them. But since they're slowing down, they even have like maybe that time to check that email. This is like an email sequence that you can use to market your services. Of course, you can plan to do like weekly or 2 emails a week, depends. But this email sequence that I just have here is for the 3 weeks of December. So the first week of December, then you're going to send an email that talks more about starting January organized. So this is selling your services and telling potential clients to start their January organized. So you offering the cleanup, organizing, and planning services, making sure that you have that flyer, that you explain well whatever you're offering, that you include everything that these clients needs to see and make that quick decision. The next one is the VIP day invitation. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this now. This is a specific day that you offer to clients, potential clients, entrepreneurs, whereby they give you work that you're going to work on a full day. And that includes cleanup, that includes organization, that includes planning up, setting up, automating. That includes everything that will help them streamline their operations. So you work for a full day. And again, it depends with the workload. Sometimes it will take you more than a full day. But this is just like a way to package your offer, have it sound like something that is really premium and something that is really valuable. Then finally, you have the final December slots to enroll January clients. So now you invite clients who would like to work with you during the next year with that email, because so this is what to expect. Once you implement everything that I've mentioned on this video and you do it religiously, break it down to daily achievable goals and weekly achievable goals, and you plan yourself, do it 10x better than what I've said. Like if I said do like 2 posts of your flyer every week, do 5 posts of your flyer every week, and you will attract warm leads who might also be hot leads coming January. You don't start the year while you're dull and you've spent your money during Christmas and you don't have money, because at this point you already have warm leads who most of the time you'll close them during January when the year is starting. For the clients that you enrolled during December and planned and organized, most of the time you'll start working with them during January. You secure December clients who are gonna also be your long-term clients. Let me tell you something. Even if you work on a project for a client, that becomes a very warm lead because you've worked with them, they have seen your work and you've done good work. They become a potential client who might be a long-term client. Or if they have any other kind of project and you did a good job, they will always come back with more projects, okay? And then you start January strong. As I said, most people will start January feeling dull, exhausted. They don't have like the money because they spent it during the holidays and they don't have clients. And now they become frustrated. So you don't want to be that person. And last but not least, you secure the bag, because now you'll have so many projects that you've worked on. You've earned your money and you've enjoyed your Christmas and you've started January still having money and having clients. And so now that you have learned, it's time to put all that you have learned into practice. And I can't wait for you to come back and say you got a client using these same strategies. And here's the sweetest part. You don't need to do all the hard work. I have everything laid out in Trello into actionable steps, into weekly goals, daily goals, and the monthly goal of December. And that is securing clients during the month of December. In that board, you'll find helpful resources that will help you in each step. So if you're doing a flyer, you'll get a template that you can use to create the flyer, an editable template in Canva that you can use to do your flyer. If you're coming up with an offer, you'll get examples of offers to create. You'll get so many helpful resources to make sure that you take that step and put everything into practice. And so this time, you need at least to invest a little bit for you to access that board for only $25. That is 3,000 Kenyan shillings. And you get access to the full board, which you can customize and you can use it for next year. The other next year, you can still use it for all these years, because this is the kind of thing that works for every December. So if you need access to this Trello board, make sure you comment down below to ask for the Trello board, to ask for the access for the Trello board. There's also a Google form that I have linked on the description, and you can also find it pinned on the comments section. So once you fill that form, I'll take in your details and then I'll give you access to that board once you've made your payment. Bye. I hope this video was really helpful, and I can't wait to see all the testimonies that you will come with after putting everything that I've shared with you guys today into practice. I wish you all the best. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you engage with my video so that it is pushed to more people and we help more people, because that is what it's all about. It's all about the impact. Bye.